Imagine this. Imagine stepping into your backyard right as the sun slips behind the trees. The air is still warm, and the garden feels quieter than it did all day. A line of tiny lanterns begins to glow along the path. Not store-bought lights, but simple shapes made from what you almost threw away. Above you, jars sway gently like small moons in the branches. And in the corner, water holds the last light of the sky. A little pond reflecting lilies and candle flicker like it belongs there. For a moment, the backyard stops feeling like outside. It starts feeling like a place you can breathe again. Tonight, we're turning everyday leftovers into real garden atmosphere, one beautiful idea at a time. Welcome to Backyard Fortune, where forgotten materials meet calm nature, and small backyards become places that feel like home. If you love upcycled garden ideas, peaceful outdoor corners, and rustic beauty that doesn't rely on expensive shopping, you're in the right place. If this kind of video makes you feel inspired, subscribe, because this is a series, and we're building more quiet transformations like this. And if you know someone who loves gardens, please share this video to WhatsApp and Facebook, so more backyard lovers can find these ideas too. To everyone who watches, supports, and shares, I truly pray you're blessed with long life, good health, and peaceful days. Thank you for being here with us. One, Starburst tin can path lanterns. Imagine walking through your garden just as daylight begins to fade. The air cools gently, and the path beneath your feet feels quieter than it did all day. Then you notice it, small points of light appearing one by one, not from store-bought fixtures, but from simple tin cans reborn with purpose. Along the garden path, each lantern glows softly, releasing tiny starbursts of light that spill across stone and soil. The patterns dance over lavender leaves and low herbs, creating a rhythm that feels both playful and calm. What was once ordinary metal now carries warmth, guiding your steps without asking for attention. There is something deeply comforting about light that stays close to the ground. It doesn't demand. It invites. It reminds us to slow down, to notice where we are placing our feet, and to appreciate the quiet spaces in between. These lanterns don't change the shape of the garden, but they change how it feels. The path becomes a journey rather than a shortcut. Each step feels intentional, wrapped in a gentle glow that turns evening into something to savor. And as the stars above begin to appear, the ones below seem to answer softly, leading you forward, toward the next corner, the next idea, and another small moment of calm waiting just ahead. Two, hanging mason jar candle canopy. Imagine looking up as evening settles in. Above you, branches stretch gently across the sky, and between them, small points of light begin to glow. Not electric, not harsh, just the soft warmth of candles held inside simple glass jars, swaying quietly in the air. Each mason jar catches the light in its own way, reflecting tiny flickers across leaves and wood. The shadows move slowly, as if the garden itself is breathing. Below, the space feels instantly calmer, less like a backyard, and more like a place meant for lingering. There's something timeless about light suspended overhead. It doesn't crowd the ground or compete with the plants. Instead, it creates a ceiling of warmth, turning ordinary moments into something worth remembering. You might sit beneath it with a cup of tea, You might share quiet conversation or simply listen to the night arrive. The jars don't demand attention, yet they shape the mood completely. What makes this canopy special is its simplicity. Clear glass, natural twine, gentle flame, nothing more than what you already know and trust. And yet, together, they transform the space into a calm refuge. As the jars sway softly above, the garden feels held, ready to guide you onward, toward the next small moment of light waiting just ahead. Three oil drum mini pond with floating lilies plus lantern reflections. Imagine standing still as evening settles over the garden. The air cools, the light softens, and everything begins to slow. In the corner, water waits, quiet and reflective, holding the last glow of the day. This small pond, shaped from something once industrial and forgotten, becomes a mirror for the garden itself. Floating lilies drift gently across the surface, their leaves resting like small islands of calm. Lantern light trembles in the water, stretching and bending with every subtle ripple. There is something deeply grounding about water at rest. It doesn't rush. It listens. And when it appears in a garden, even in the smallest form, it brings a sense of balance that's hard to explain but easy to feel. Surrounded by moss and ferns, the pond seems to belong. As if it has always been there, quietly collecting reflections of leaves, sky, and flame. You might pause beside it without realizing why, watching light move and settle. This is not a grand water feature. It doesn't try to impress. Instead, it invites stillness, offering a place for the eyes and the mind to rest. And as the lanterns continue to glow and the water holds their light, the garden gently opens into the next idea, where illumination and calm find new ways to meet. Four, calendar constellation lanterns. Imagine evening falling quietly over your garden, the sky just beginning to deepen. Above you, something unexpected starts to glow, not the moon, not the stars, but small points of light shaped by everyday objects given a second life. A simple calendar, once meant for the kitchen, now scatters light like a constellation across leaves and wood. Each tiny opening becomes a star, projecting gentle patterns that shift as the night air moves through the garden. The effect is playful, yet calming, familiar, yet full of wonder. What makes these lanterns special is their honesty. They don't hide what they are. They celebrate it. Metal meant for utility becomes a storyteller, turning function into atmosphere without trying too hard. As the light spreads, the garden begins to feel larger, deeper. As if the sky has lowered itself just enough to meet the plants below. You might find yourself looking up, tracing patterns on the walls or the ground, letting your thoughts wander with the glow. Powered quietly by the day's sunlight, these lanterns ask for nothing in return. They simply appear when needed, offering softness at the edge of night. And as the constellations settle into place, the garden gently leads you onward, toward warmth, comfort, and the next inviting space waiting to be discovered. Five, wooden crate garden sofa lounge under vines plus lanterns. Imagine finding a place in your garden where time seems to slow the moment you sit down. Not a chair pulled from a store display, but a seat shaped by your own hands, resting quietly beneath climbing vines. Wooden crates, once meant only for carrying goods, now form the bones of a small garden sofa. Their surfaces show subtle marks of use, softened by cushions and fabric that invite you to stay a while. Above, lanterns glow gently, filtering their light through leaves that sway with the evening air. This is the kind of space that doesn't ask for perfection. It welcomes pause. It encourages conversation, or silence, or simply watching the light fade beyond the garden edge. The beauty of this lounge is not in how much it cost, but in how naturally it belongs. The wood feels grounded. The fabrics feel warm. Together, they create a balance between structure and comfort that turns a corner of the yard into a gathering place. You might sit here at dusk with a warm drink, or stretch out as night settles in. The lanterns overhead become companions rather than decorations, and the vines frame the moment like a living ceiling. And as you rise and step away, the garden seems to open once more, ready to guide you toward the next idea, where calm and creativity continue to meet. Six, ladder plant stand with warm fairy-style lighting. Imagine a corner of the garden that rises gently upward, drawing the eye without overwhelming the space. An old ladder leans quietly against a wall or fence, its steps no longer meant for climbing, but for holding life. Each rung becomes a small stage for plants, herbs close to the ground, flowers higher up, vines spilling softly over the edges. As evening approaches, warm points of light appear, tucked between leaves and wood, guiding the eye from bottom to top. There is a quiet beauty in vertical spaces. They invite movement without taking up much room. They remind us that even small gardens can feel layered and full. The ladder itself carries history in its worn texture, softened now by greenery and glow. Solar lights rest gently among the pots, offering warmth without noise, turning the stand into a living column of light. You might pause here while watering, or simply watch the shadows shift as the light fades. It's a place that feels personal, unpolished, yet intentional. And as the ladder fades into the background of the garden, it leads naturally onward, opening space for the next idea to emerge, where creativity continues to rise quietly, one simple object at a time. Seven, bicycle chain oversized flower wall art. Imagine walking along a garden fence where flowers bloom without petals or fragrance, yet somehow feel alive. At first glance, you notice the familiar shape of metal, bicycle chains once meant to carry motion. Now they rest quietly, reshaped into blossoms that never wilt. Each link curves gently into petal forms, softened by time and touched by climbing ivy. The contrast is striking, yet comforting. Strong metal paired with delicate leaves, movement paused and given new meaning. The fence becomes more than a boundary, it becomes a canvas. There is something poetic about this transformation. Chains that once traced roads and journeys now tell a different story, one of stillness and renewal. They hold their place among living plants, reminding us that beauty doesn't always come from softness alone. As sunlight shifts across the garden, the metal catches subtle highlights, changing character throughout the day. In the quiet hours, shadows deepen, and the flowers seem to settle into the background, content to be part of the whole. This kind of art doesn't ask to be perfect. It asks to belong. And when it does, the garden feels richer, layered with memory, texture, and quiet creativity. As your eyes follow the fence line onward, the space opens gently, guiding you toward the next idea, where light returns to take center stage once again. Eight. Painted tin can fence pendant lanterns. Imagine an ordinary fence as evening begins to settle. By day, it simply marks the edge of the garden. But as light fades, something gentle awakens along its surface. Painted tin cans hang quietly in a loose rhythm, each one glowing from within. Their colors, soft blues, warm creams, muted greens, feel playful without being loud. Tiny points of light escape through hand-punched patterns, scattering warmth across wooden leaves. There is a comfort in light that follows a line. It leads the eye. It softens boundaries. And suddenly, the fence no longer feels like an end. It becomes part of the garden's story. The cans sway almost imperceptibly, responding to the night air. Below them, flowers rest in shadow, catching only hints of the glow. The scene feels lived in, familiar, and welcoming, as though it has always belonged there. What makes these lanterns special is their honesty. They don't hide their origin. They celebrate it. Simple materials, simple light, arranged with care. As the glow stretches along the fence, the garden feels wider, calmer, and more complete. And with that quiet rhythm of light guiding you forward, the path opens once again, toward the next idea, where softness and texture gently take over. Nine. Fabric-wrapped pot sleeves. Imagine stepping into a part of the garden that feels softer, quieter, and almost familiar. Here, nothing shines or glows, yet the space feels warmer somehow. Terracotta pots, once plain and mismatched, are now gently wrapped in fabric. Old pillowcases with faded floral patterns become sleeves that hug the clay, their colors echoing the blooms growing above. Twine ties everything together, simple and unpretentious, like a gift wrapped without hurry. There is comfort in fabric outdoors. It carries memory of homes, of rest, of things made to last. When paired with living plants, it softens hard edges and brings a human touch back into the garden. Leaves spill over the rim of each pot, brushing against cotton and linen instead of bare clay. The contrast feels intentional, yet effortless. Nothing is hidden. Nothing is forced. These wrapped pots don't change how the plants grow. They change how we see them. They invite us closer, encouraging a pause, a glance, a moment of appreciation. As light shifts and shadows deepen, the fabrics seem to settle into the space, becoming part of the garden's quiet rhythm. And from this gentle softness, the scene naturally flows onward, toward the final idea, where light returns to outline the garden once more. Ten. Quiet night border glow, lantern-outlined garden edges. Imagine standing at the edge of your garden as night finally settles in. There is no rush now, only quiet, and a soft glow that traces the shape of the space you've created. Along the border, small lanterns rest close to the ground, outlining beds and pathways with gentle light. They don't compete with the plants. They honor them, highlighting leaves, stones, and soil as if each detail matters. This kind of light doesn't flood the garden. It defines it. It shows where one space ends and another begins, turning simple edges into something intentional and calm. As you follow the glow, the garden feels larger than it did during the day. Paths feel clearer. Corners feel welcoming rather than hidden. The boundary itself becomes part of the design, not something to ignore. What makes this idea special is its restraint. Nothing is elevated or dramatic. Everything stays close to the earth, where the garden lives and breathes. The lanterns guide without leading, offering just enough light to linger, to reflect, to enjoy the quiet moments that come after sunset. And as the border glow fades gently into the darkness, the garden feels complete, held together by warmth, care, and the simple beauty of light used thoughtfully. And that's the quiet magic of it. When we stop chasing perfect and start noticing what we already have. The backyard becomes more than a space, it becomes a feeling. If even one idea today gave you calm, or sparked something creative in you, save this video, share it with a friend, and come back anytime you need fresh inspiration. Tell me in the comments, which idea would you try first tonight? Until next time, keep creating, keep reusing, and keep turning simple things into something that brings peace.